Hello and welcome to another F22 Total Air War Let's Play video. And this is the last mission in the Red Sea tour, and it's called Raid. Our mission is to strike against the air defense headquarters, and here is the map of the waypoint. So we need to fly across the Red Sea, and the air defense headquarters is this tall building in the target view. But first we've got to scramble because there's some MiG-27 floggers are coming our way and they're going to bomb our airfield. So let's ready up and get into our F-22s and power up. Here we go. We've got 3 wingmen with us. Now we're kitted out to be attacking ground targets, not really air targets, but we haven't got a choice. I'm going to tell my wingmen to engage straight away. And look for these enemy bombers. I think they've got escorts as well. And here they are. There's some MiG-29M escorts. We need to take these out as well. There they are. We've got our AIM-120R missiles. And missiles away. I'm going to bank around. There's some more targets over here, and these are the MiG-27 floggers. We need to take these out. We're severely outnumbered here. We've got one, and we've got another one, and all these have been targeted now by our wingmen. And bang! One down. Excellent. Now we're going to bank around. Missiles away. If we jump into the missile view, we can see this missile going towards the target, and it's missed. It was quite an oblique angle. Well, one's blown up anyway, and this one's in flames. And our wingmen are taking out these planes as well. Wow, exploding in midair. Alright, there's some targets over here. The MiG-27s, they're quite close to our airfield. Missile away. Off it goes. I can see our anti-aircraft guns firing into the sky. And it's got a plane, but we'll finish off with this missile. Boom! Now it's guns, guns, guns for our wingmen. We've got to be careful because if they take out our control tower, that's the end of the mission for us. Right, there's at least 2 planes in the air, and this one ahead of us is being tailed by our wingman, and it's been shot at by these anti-aircraft guns. It's been hit. Its fuselage is on fire. It's only a matter of time now. I think it's done for. There it goes, careering into the ground. Okay, I think we've managed to save our airfield, and now we need to continue on our way onto our main objective. I tell my wingmen to knock it off and swing around to our second waypoint.
Autopilot engaged.
We can use the autopilot now. And we're going to go into a fingertips on the left, just for a change. And there's quite a few airplanes waiting to take off. I can see they're going to be our escort on this mission. I believe there's some F-18s which are going to be our wild weasels to take out the enemy surface-to-air missile launch sites, and there's some F-35s, Joint Strike Fighters, to escort us on our way. Now we've got to take out the building with a laser guided bomb, and I found it quite difficult to actually get these to hit home on target, and maybe that mimics real life, but where possible, if I could choose to have unguided bombs, I would do so and just dive bomb at the target and launch my bombs that way. But we haven't got a choice in this mission, so we've got to use the laser designator. Right, I'm going to skip forward in time and we'll see you in a second. Welcome back. We've flown across the Red Sea now and we're coming into enemy territory, and along this coast there's some surface-to-air missile launch sites. There's one just here.
Autopilot disengage.
Now I'm going to disengage the autopilot and see if we can fly around it. There we go. And there's a lock on us. I can hear the warning siren. Now you can see on the bottom left hand side of the screen there's the fence display, and you can see the radar envelope of the surface-to-air missile launcher. So we just need to stay out of that envelope. If it loses the lock, sometimes it will turn off its own radar to lure you back in. We're getting a warning that we're entering enemy airspace, but we're deliberately doing so there's nothing much we can do about it. There is an option to broadcast a similar message to tell enemy air fighters to get out of the area or we'll shoot them down, but I haven't been able to activate it, so it's always a good laugh to tell the enemy planes to get out of here or we'll shoot you down. And there's another enemy surface-to-air missile launch site just to the left of us by this coastal city. We're going to go into MCOM Manual 1 to reduce our radar cross-section and just make sure they can't get a lock onto us. We're not going to go down and take out these sites. It's just too risky and not part of the mission objective. Okay, here we are back again. And we're carring up to the target area now. We're coming up to waypoint 4 and there's some enemy air fighters in the air. They haven't seen us yet and I think they're enemy F22s. There's some friendly F22s to the right of us, so I think they're going after them. So we can leave them to battle it out. I'm going to issue a bandits hot help message to see if anyone's around to help us out. We need to bank around. I've flown slightly away from waypoint 4 so we get a good run up against this target, because you don't get a lot of time to put your laser designator on the enemy building. So I've cheated a little bit and just flown slightly further out than I should have. Now the enemy building is between waypoint 4 and waypoint 6. It isn't actually marked on the tactical display, it's just a red triangle, a very small one. So we're just going to fly down a bit. We don't want to be too high up because the laser designator camera can only zoom in so far, and now we've got the laser designator on and we just need to find this building. You can see how long it takes. Right, there's the city and it's one of these tall buildings here. I remember it was next to a slightly smaller, wider building. I just can't see it at the moment. I'm going to pause the simulation for a second and just see where this is. It should be to the left of us. I'm going to reset the lantern and wait until we turn around a bit using the autopilot. Now there's a surface-to-air missile launcher just there. If I target that, then I'll know where the target building is. So, no, it's an anti-aircraft gun, so we mustn't fly too low. If we fly below 8,000 feet, they'll just cut us up because they're deadly accurate. And there's a missile on us. I'm going to launch chaff. I'll break the lock. Right, let's look for this building again. Now this looks a bit better. We were targeting the wrong city earlier, and the enemy defense headquarters, air defense headquarters, is just here. That's the building. We press track, then the laser will lock onto that building. There's another radar lock on us, and the missile's been launched. We're going to launch chaff. Right, I'm going to wait for the shoot message to launch our bombs. Now the laser was just off center, so we're just going to center on the building. Bombs away. And there's the laser guided bomb heading down. I don't think this has hit the target. Well, Wingman's got his target, but we haven't. So this is why I don't like using laser guided bombs in the simulation. It's just very hard to get it right. So I'm going to bank around and have another pass at it. You can see the triangle in the HUD display, and that indicates where the building is. I'm going to pause the simulation again and line the laser up again. And it says shoot now, so I'm going to launch my bomb. Bomb away. And I think this looks better now. You can see the city ahead of us. And I'm going to press shift and D to speed up time. And follow this bomb down. And boom, we've got it, finally. And we check the lantern display. You can see that building's been taken out. So we can now head home. It's safe to engage the autopilot. There's not a lot going on here. I think everything's been taken out by the planes ahead of us. And there's our wingmen just behind us. They're taking out their own targets with their own bombs. If we jump into smart view, we can see the Joint Strike Fighters, the F-35s. They're our escorts today. And there's a V22 Osprey, which we haven't seen before in these series of videos. They're basically like a helicopter, but it can move its rotors around and they can fly forwards. So it can take off vertically, land vertically, and fly horizontally like a normal airplane. Right, as it's quiet, we're going to just skip the video to the next part, so we'll see you in a second. And welcome back. Not a lot has happened. So it's a bit of an anticlimax, this final mission in the Red Sea tour. We can see there's some F-15s there on our side, flying across the Red Sea, and so are we. We're coming up to our friendly airfield. We're cruising along at about Mach 1 at 10,000 feet. And the airfield is about 20 miles away, just over these hills. And we've suffered no damage. I've dropped all our air to ground stores part way through this so we can just land a bit easier. If you're heavy with bombs, then landing is not as easy. We're going to ask permission to land with a straight in approach, and we're cleared to land. So I'm just going to use our air brake to slow us down and drop our throttle back down to 50%. We've got plenty of fuel, got over half tanks, and we switched to our ILS landing HUD display, and we just need to bring her in. Okay, we put our gear down and we're just swinging around. We want to get our speed down to about 140 knots and land as level as we can, and touchdown. Perfect landing. And we need to slow down to about 30 knots now so we can just taxi off the runway as soon as we can. We don't want to be loitering around on the runway because other people want to land. And in this simulation, if you hit another plane on the ground, you will explode. So unlike other simulations where you can just fly past each other, you can't on this one. So we're going to turn off here. This looks good. And find a nice place to park up. Mission goals have been completed, so we can stop anywhere we want now. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching, and I hope to continue with the other missions. There's plenty of missions in F22 Total Air War. So if you like this, give a thumbs up and subscribe. If not, you could say what you want. Until next time, bye bye.